If you needed another reason to maybe order takeout this week, I have got you covered. We have a wonderful event going on in the city of Tempe over the next few weeks. It's a colorful celebration that includes supporting small businesses while getting some history lessons too. So joining us to talk about it is Mayor Corey Woods with the city of Tempe. Can you explain this colorful celebration to our viewers, Mayor Woods?
Really, it was a couple of things. We wanted to remind people of the 150th year anniversary of the city of Tempe, but also kind of reinforce COVID-19 safety precautions. So that was one of the reasons and how this idea came about. So we combined it into this effort called Color Your Community, which is a sort of Takeout Tuesday coloring extravaganza, which is pretty amazing. We actually mailed boxes of all of these coloring sheets to more than 300 Tempe restaurants. And each Tuesday for the next 5 weeks, they're able to give out a different coloring sheet with the famous Tempe landmark on it. And so people can obviously have a good time, color a sheet, but learn a little bit about Tempe's history in this year's sesquicentennial. So we're really excited about this. And it's just a nice, fun way to have a good time, during, despite the challenges of the pandemic.
And what do you hope the community gets out of this? Obviously, it is a lot of fun, a really great thing for families, but what's the goal here?
So a number of things. We clearly want people to continue to support our local small businesses during this time. There are many people like my father, who's 81 years old and has not been to a restaurant in over a year. But he's still trying to support his favorite local restaurants and make sure they're around long after the pandemic is a thing of the past. So, he's doing a lot of curbside takeout. And so we want people, if they're doing that Takeout Tuesday, to make sure that they pick up a meal for themselves or for their families and also grab one of these coloring sheets. So it solves a whole bunch of things, quite honestly. It allows people to get dinner for the evening, which is obviously a big deal. First of all, just maintaining your nourishment during this time. It allows you to have a fun experience of coloring and learning a little bit about Tempe sesquicentennial, our 150-year anniversary. It allows you to learn a lot about our history. I've been here for over 18 years, but there are things about our history that, frankly, I'm just learning about. So I'm getting a little bit of a history lesson with Color Your Community and just sort of the conversations around the sesquicentennial, but also making sure that we are supporting our local businesses and making sure that we're putting money in their pockets so they're able to pay themselves, pay their rent, and obviously pay their employees.
Your team at the city of Tempe has had to be incredibly innovative over the last year and now then some. What's it like for you to see programs like this continuing to be brought out that are so unique, that are so innovative, that's bridging that gap between the community and your local businesses?
Well, I just think it shows the creativity, especially of our staff. There are all types of services that can't stop, even in the middle of the biggest pandemic in the last 100 years. So it's really it's really pushed our city council and our staff to find ways to be creative yet still deliver the same services and the same high quality of life that, frankly, our residents have come to expect and deserve. There are some things that I'm assuming that even once the pandemic is over, we may not go back to normal. There are some of these things that have proven to be true innovations that have gotten rave reviews from people who live here in the city and our businesses. And I'm sure those are things that we're going to look to continue well into the future.
Well, it seems pretty easy. I just have to order some food, but can you explain to people how this all works and how long Color Your Community runs through?
All the more than 300 businesses that actually got these packets, what they're going to do is every week they're going to switch out into a different Tempe sort of historic landmark. And so if you go on Takeout Tuesday and you go get yourself some food, they're going to give you a sheet and you can obviously color it yourself. Or if you've got kids, you can take it home to them. It's a very simple process. Pick up a meal, pick up a coloring sheet, learn a little bit about Tempe and support your favorite local business, all while doing it very safely during this COVID-19 pandemic.
It sounds delicious. It sounds fun, something the whole family can get involved in. Mayor Corey Woods with the city of Tempe, thank you so much for joining us this morning to talk about it. And we'll be sure to put all those details online at abc15.com.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity.